Hey everybody, this is Robert, and this is Running with Robert. Today, I have a special guest, gymnast coach, crazy person, and my sister-in-law, Alyssa Bremner.
Hello.
So, today is the first day of Running with Robert. We are using the Couch to 5K app. We're going to go that way. And we are doing, we're going back to week 1, day 3, so it's not as strenuous because I have to also talk to her at the same time. So, Alyssa, you actually, at the beginning of this week, jumped out of a plane, and so, how does that happen? Like, how do you start that? Is there like training, or is it just you just like show up and there's like some random guy and you just get strapped to him and you jump out of some plane?
The one that I went to showed you a little video, and then they put you in the harness and set you up on a plane.
Is the video like? Is it now? I imagine that the video would be something like you be remember that didn't help at all. That the video would be like an elementary school like video where it's like it's like showing you how not to take candy from strangers, but yet you're completely taking candy from strangers and then jumping out of a plane with them.
It was basically a standard PowerPoint telling you what to do and what not to do. Like it basically said, don't flail like this when you jump out of the plane.
I feel like that would be the first thing I would actually do. Just be like, what am I doing?
Well, the plane is also so small that you can't really back out. You sign a waiver saying that you are agreeing to jump out of the plane. And you put your feet on a step, you track your arms, and he just kind of pushes you forward, and then you just kind of go with it. So.
Now, when you did actually jump out of the plane, like, what were your first thoughts of when you jumped out of the plane? Like, because I watched your video from the jump, and the video seemed like at first you were like really nervous, and then like 3 seconds later you were like ecstatic.
Actually, the part I was the most nervous about was the plane. I'm really claustrophobic, and so I was really ready to jump out of the plane, but it was so small, it's hard to get your feet to angle out of the plane before you jump.
I see.
So I wasn't that nervous. I was just so glad to get out of the really tiny plane.
And you said you wanted to be doing that. You've wanted to do this for like 12 years.
Yeah.
I gotta learn how to hold this camera. Your mom says, "Mom will kill me." You said that a million times.
I didn't.
I think you said you're sorry, Mom.
Yeah, I said I'm sorry.
And your mom didn't know anything about that.
No, because every other time I tried to tell her, she'd tell me and shit. I couldn't do it now because now she knew. So if I was going to do it, I had to do it when she didn't know.
And you want to do this for 12 years. What made you decide you wanted to do it now? What was that deciding factor suddenly?
I finally had the money to do it, and I had a group of friends that were going. So it was just finally, there's actually an opportunity to actually do it at that point.
Nice. You do other extreme sports like you do rock climbing, and there's this other thing that I see you post on your Facebook constantly with like a rope or a band in between two trees. What's that about?
That's slacklining. It's basically tight roping, but it's a little easier, I guess.
Gotcha. I don't know what else I forgot what I was going to ask you. I was going to ask you. Like, what have you, because you're a gymnast coach, is that kind of where that came from? Was it the fact that you were a gymnast coach and you kind of just saw the slackline? How did that start?
Well, most people that do slacklining learned it through rock climbing.
No, we got to jog.
Okay.
1 minute.
Okay. So,
This is the hardest thing I've ever done.
Basically, it was set up in the rock gym one day, and I just tried it, and I loved it, so I bought one.
And the rock gym, that's where you go rock climbing, obviously. Have you ever gone out and rock climbed like a regular, like, mountain ever, or do you just do it inside?
I do it outside, but since I'm from Rhode Island, it's been wintry and cold and gross. So it's finally, I went climbing again out last week.
So, yeah, Alyssa's visiting us from Rhode Island, so I asked her to be on the show today as my first guest ever. Whew. It's harder than I thought it would be to try to talk right after running. So, Alyssa, how is it being my sister-in-law? Yeah.
No, it's great.
So when you obviously you were flying from Rhode Island to Burbank, at any time were you, because you said you wanted to keep doing these jumping out of the plane, at any time were you like, you know what would be fun? Jumping out of this airline?
If someone was with me, obviously.
I see. Yeah, so like, I always had that fear. I think that's why I could never go in a plane and do that. But it looked fun. Like, it looked really exhilarating.
Well,
It was like, once he pulled the tab thingy, it was just like a beautiful view.
Well, it's something I've always wanted to do, and I was a little nervous coming up to it, and it's like 12 years of wanting to do it, finally able to do it, and still have a little bit of nerves to do.
Gotcha. Would you do it again?
Yes. Right now, let's go.
All right, let's go. No, I'm just kidding. This is hard enough. So, you're also a gymnast coach in Rhode Island. You've been, how long, because you started off doing gymnastics when you were a kid. How long did you do gymnastics?
I started tumbling when I was 8. I started when I was 12. Started coaching when I was 14. And still coach now. When I was like 18.
We can walk now. Oh, apparently we missed a walk because now we're on a jog.
Oh, you want to come on?
No, I'm good. So, you've been a gymnast coach, we're going to go this way, ever since you were 14. Do you do all ages, or do you do adults, or just children?
My youngest right now, last time I had a consistent schedule, is maybe like 2 or 3.
Okay.
Then my oldest, except for like the exception of privates that are about my age, are 18.
Okay. Now you don't do gymnastics anymore, or you do, or you just haven't had time?
I play in the gym sometimes, but since I work there all the time, I don't do it a whole lot. But I still play on bars mostly.
Gotcha. When you were doing gymnastics, because there's a lot of different types of gymnastics. I actually was watching the qualifying for the Olympics recently, and did not realize there were so many gymnastics, different types of gymnastics. To me, it was always like one whole thing. Like you either did like the bars, or you like did the like horse thing. Tell me a little bit about it. Like what is like what part of gymnastics were you doing, and what kind of stuff do you teach?
I did all around. I did bar scene, floor, and vault. There's also like rhythmic gymnastics, aerial hoops and silks, which I've tried a little bit of, but I haven't competed it or done performances with it or anything.
Gotcha. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people do the silks before. That seems extremely hard because it's like your whole body. You like, there's nothing really. You have like the little silk strings, and that's it. So, yeah, it was. I was watching that. Actually, funny enough, I have a gold medal. We'll go to the park here. I have a gold medal in USA Gymnastics. I got it for when I was. I helped out USA Gymnastics. I did sound for them, sound and video, and they liked me so much that they actually gave me a gold medal and presented it to me on behalf of USA Gymnastics. So I am one of the very few, and I'd say probably one of the only people, we can jog again, one of the only people that has a gold medal in sound for USA Gymnastics. So when I told some people at work that are into gymnastics and dance and stuff like that, they were very surprised that I had a gold medal. Now you went to school in Rhode Island, yes?
Yes.
And you studied writing. What kind of writing were you trying to do, or like, what kind of writing do you want to do?
Mostly creative writing, like short stories the most, probably.
Okay.
On that book. Eventually I'll ever come out.
Ooh, a book. Is it fiction, non-fiction?
It's fiction.
Okay. Now, I'm a sound guy. I know what fiction means, but for all of our viewers, fiction is what?
Fiction is made up, not real.
Gotcha. I knew that. I just know that some of you don't. We can walk again. These 1 minute bursts are really crazy. I forgot how much of a burst this was, because now I'm doing 3 minutes of jogging, 3 minutes of walking. Did you ever play any sports or anything like that? Did you play like softball or baseball, or is it just mostly dance and gymnastics?
I've never really done any team sports. I've also done like wakeboarding, I've tried snowboarding, I've tried trapeze, but never really big into team sports besides like kickball at school or dodgeball or anything.
You should play adult kickball. It's a blast. What is so far in your years of life? What would be your most favorite, most thing you've done that's been either extreme or not extreme? What was your favorite? We can walk again. Whew.
Well, I really liked wakeboarding a lot, and I'd like to try snowboarding again. I definitely want to skydive again.
Crazy. I'm telling you.
Just do everything again.
Just do everything again. Is there anything you've been wanting to do other than now you've completed your skydiving? Is there anything you've wanted to do that you haven't gotten to do yet?
Snorkeling.
Snorkeling. Have you ever done scuba diving or anything like that, or is it just?
Scuba diving, same thing. I haven't done anything.
Yeah, haven't done any of those?
Yeah.
I know a place. It's called Universal Studios, and you can fix things every day in the water. No, I'm kidding. And what has held you back from doing this? Just the time, or just?
Getting a license and stuff is kind of expensive, and I don't know. Skydiving has always been higher on my list.
Tell me more.
So now that that's out of the way, I guess it's on to the next.
Mom, how do you feel about that? Not my mom, but, well, my mom too. She could be scuba diving with sharks.
Like the video my mom posted today.
Yeah, like the video you posted today. Could be a giant shark or a moray eel. And I think she put a bunch of really angry faces. I'm not 100% sure. Not sure that was her, but it was just coincidence that they did come up suddenly. And then a happy face. So again, just to reiterate, today is the first episode of Running with Robert. My guest today is my sister-in-law. She's a gymnast coach in Rhode Island and a extreme sports enthusiast. She just most recently jumped out of a plane. How high up were you? Did they tell you how high you went up?
They told me, but I cannot remember. It was really high. I've got great pictures that show how high I am.
Do you play Quidditch? Your mom was asked.
Only on the weekends.
Interesting. Your grandpa snorkeled. Did you know that?
Yeah, I did. I did know that.
I did not know that. Happy Face was my wife. Okay. Hey, Jeremy. Hey, Juan. Thank you for tuning in. We're with Alyssa Bremner, my sister-in-law. She teaches gymnastics, and she's a crazy person that likes to jump out of planes and do things high up in the air. You're not afraid of heights one bit.
No.
Were you ever, like, as a child, did you ever climb the jungle gym and then just like freak out?
Not particularly.
Oh, good job.
Oh, go.
Yeah. See, I was a kid that always was kind of like a person that would freak out when I got too high, because, well, I can't swim and I can't climb very well.
Oh.
So if I ever climbed, it was bad. If I would be that kid that would get up to the top and just cry. Now as an adult, I still get up really high and I just cry. So, and Jeremy knows all about that. How about my question for Alyssa? I didn't see your question. It's hard to do this while I'm running and trying to read stuff. What was your question? Please reiterate. So you're just kind of that no fear kind of girl. Would you do anything like, oh, we can walk. Would you ever do like, because we were talking about sharks, would you ever do like the jumping into a cage in the water and like feeding the sharks?
As long as I'm inside a cage, yeah, I probably would.
Do you have fears? Do you have any fears? I feel like you're just kind of like, whatever, I can try it.
Well, my mom will know this story, but I went to California Adventure with my dad and I backed out of going on a roller coaster.
Interesting.
And ever since then, if I have a fear, I normally want to do something that's right against it.
Interesting. So ever since that kind of experience, you kind of just were like...
Yeah, because I was so mad I didn't do it, so...
I did the same thing. I went to Six Flags when I was a kid, and my sister and dad wanted me to get on Colossus, the old Colossus. And I was scared to death, and I didn't want to do it. And I was mad at myself that I didn't do it. And about 18 years later, I finally got on it. Because it took that long to figure it out. All right, let's see. Delaney is having trouble with her backflip. Any suggestions? My nephew, or my niece.
By backflip, do you mean a back tuck or a back handspring?
Oh, getting technical. Back handspring, or what was it?
Back tuck.
Back tuck. Buck tuck. Back tuck. Maybe both? What's the difference between those?
A back handspring, you use your hands, and a back tuck, you don't.
Yeah. So which one is it? Huh, Mom? Huh? Don't know, do you? I'd say probably handspring, just a guess.
Okay, the main thing with back handsprings when you jump and you swing your arms back is to make sure your arms get behind your ears. That way you'll, no matter what, protect your head.
There you go.
Probably the big one.
And what about the back tuck one?
When you set, if you lean forward a little bit more, because then when you jump up, it'll make you go more straight up and you can get more height to go over.
There you go. If I'm ever flipping, call 911, because I should never be anything but up. We keep missing. We could, yeah, you guys aren't that far away. You could totally teach my niece. You could just get hired by my sister just to come and teach her all the gymnastics. Commute
from Rhode Island to Los Angeles.
No, they're in Virginia.
Oh.
Totally doable.
Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah, see? My mom says thanks. What other things you guys got? Yeah, like I was saying, if I'm flipping, call 911. The last time I did do one gymnastics. Just one. And it wasn't me just falling down the stairs. I actually went and did a lesson of gymnastics on horseback.
Oh.
Yeah. Have you ever done that?
Oh, I would do that then.
Right? It was actually really cool. Again, I've always been a big guy. That's why I'm doing these exercise things to lose weight, get healthy. So as a kid, my center of gravity isn't where most gymnasts are, I think. And then also my sense of gravity. And I'm really good at finding the floor. I'm just not good at staying off the floor. And then after 21, it was really hard to stay off the floor. But I digress. Yeah, and I actually did it. And I think I rode the horse. Oh, we're on a cool down. 5 minutes. We missed a lunch. But I got to ride the horse, and I stood up on the horse, and that's as far as I went.
Awesome.
But an old buddy of mine named Reese at Matic, who still a Facebook friend, so maybe he'll see this, he used to do gymnastics on horseback, and he was the one that invited me. And it was awesome. I never experienced that, and I still have never experienced it because I don't really know anybody that still does gymnastics on horseback. I don't even know if it's a thing still, but I remember everybody talking about it and being like, "That's silly," and I was like, "It's really hard." So we're on our cool down, our couch to 5K. So we have a 5-minute cool down, and then we're gonna finish up this. Don't horses hate me? Yes, horses do hate me. At that time, I guess I wasn't giving off the hate smell, I guess. So I get bit by horses every time I go to like pet them. I don't know why. It happens, or they like start getting really like riled up. So, I turned up the volume. That's what I meant to do. So yeah, I don't know why horses hate me. Other animals like me. Some love me. But horses hate me. At that point in my life, I did not feel the hate yet. So there it is. Do you know anybody that's done horseback, gymnastics on horseback?
No, I never lived on other sports on horses, like no racing and stuff, but not that.
Oh, okay. I love horses. I think horses are awesome. I wish they didn't hate me. I just wish the hate would stop. Good lesson for today. But yeah, I did. That was my only time with gymnastics, other than when I got the gold medal in sound video for gymnastics. It was funny because actually, when I got the gold medal, everybody was like, "Oh my God, Alyssa's gonna hate you," because I had a gold medal in gymnastics. and everybody, my parents, your parents were like, "Oh my gosh, she's gonna be so jealous that you have a USA Gymnastics gold medal." She doesn't hate me yet, but I do. Right now, she's staying at our apartment, and I assume that she's just plotting to kill me and take my medal, which is in my lockout wear. Because I can tell people that I have a gymnastics. Birds, they are not scared at all. Alright guys, so we're just about to finish up. Thank you again. Unless there's anything more that you guys want to ask Alyssa, we are going to get out of here in just a second and finish the last bit of our walk, and we're going to head back to our apartment. Thank you guys for tuning in to the first Running with Robert. Whew. I'm tired. This is hard to do. If you want a better workout, try interviewing somebody and running. It is a lot harder than just running. A lot harder than I thought. So, thank you again. I'm hoping to have more guests on in the near future. Thank you to Alyssa.
Thank you.
For joining me on her vacation to California. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And as always, up next, Price is Right, only on CBS. Finish. Stop. I can't finish it. The phone's locked. It's locked. If it's still it's still going.